Hey guys, welcome back or welcome if you are new. My name is ShelbyMarybeth. Today is a Sundays at Shelby's where we just get motivated together to get things done and started for our week ahead of us. All right, we are getting right into it. So let me know in the comments what your goals are to complete today. And I hope that I give you the motivation to get all of those done. So I am actually starting in our master bathroom. I'm just tidying up quickly so that I can lay out all these towels now because I am giving Django a bath. He needed one so badly. He is actually pretty good at taking a bath. He will go right in as long as the water's not running. It took a ton of training though when he was a puppy. He hated baths so much. And when I say baths, I guess I mean shower because he's never actually been in the bathtub, but this is his favorite part, drying off. So after I get the majority of the water off of him, I'm actually going to bring him into our backyard and use the new blow dryer that we got on him. If you are familiar with German Shepherds, then you know how much they shed. So this clip is from yesterday and we're just blowing him with his hair dry. It's off center because I'm trying to get all the hair that's flying off of him. It's really hard to see, but it is flying everywhere. So now we're back to right after his bath. So this is also drying him and getting off any of those extra loose hairs that didn't come off yesterday. He wasn't a huge fan of it, but it didn't bother him too much. The best part was that this drain is usually clogged so badly. This is nothing compared to the amount of hair that is usually there. So 100% recommend this thing. I'll link it in the description. It's not sponsored or anything. It was absolutely something that my husband and I just wanted to buy. So I'm throwing his towels right into the wash. I like to put them in with nothing else because they are covered in dog hair. So today you do not see Cecilia running around with me too much because she actually went on her first outing without me, and it was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. She went with her grandparents to, it's just like a little mini zoo around us, and she had so much fun. So I actually took a little bit advantage of it and decided now to tidy up her room, and we're gonna go through all of her drawers. She's starting to grow out of a lot of her clothes, and I'm tired of trying to like grab one and then trying to put it on and it's too small. So I'm going through each one by one, just checking the tags and taking out any of the ones that do not fit her anymore. Once she finally got to 2T clothing, she definitely stays in the same clothes a lot longer. That first year though, oh my goodness, I felt like I was getting new clothes for her every single month. So if you are a new mom, I know I have so many new moms on my channel or about to be moms, don't spend too much on clothing. Don't get too much either. Try to keep it as minimal as possible because they're going to be out of those clothes so quickly. I 100% recommend secondhand clothing for kids as well. So if you have somebody that can give you some hand-me-downs, totally take advantage of that. We actually have a place called Kid to Kid near us. I'm not sure how many there are throughout the country, but it's just a secondhand clothing store where people can sell their kids' clothing and then you can purchase it at a lower price, and they're very picky about what kinds of clothing that they get, so it's all very like high quality, but so much cheaper that way than going and getting brand new clothing. So the one near us is called Kid to Kid. I know another one is called Once Upon a Child, and then for like older kids, there's one near us called Plato's Closet, and I know that one is throughout the country as well. So just search secondhand clothing for kids in your area and definitely try to check one of these places out.
Get next to me, all that I want is get next to you.
Is it finally getting warm around where you guys are? It's definitely warm here in Florida. It has been for a little while now, so I know it's going to be another year until Cecilia wears any of these long sleeve shirts and pants, so I'm trying to think about that as I'm decluttering it right now so that it's not just all sitting there. So everything I'm putting back is what I think she might still fit into next year, but I kind of have my doubts. Kids grow way too quickly, so this pile is everything that she no longer fits into. I actually just have a bin inside her closet that I keep all of her hand-me-downs into. If you're new around here, then welcome. We have a 3-month-old son as well, and he can't really wear a lot of her clothing, so I still keep Cecilia's clothing because we're not positive if we're going to have another one. So until we know for sure, I just keep it in her closet. So Cecilia just got back from the zoo with her grandparents, so she had lunch. I put her down for her nap. Usually she naps for about 2 hours. And then Owen just went down too, so we'll see how long he naps for. But I'm gonna try and knock out as much as I can. So I'm starting now in the kitchen. I always feel like there's a mess in the kitchen that needs to be cleaned up. I could just stay here all day and continue cleaning, but I needed to do our meal plan for the week. So I'm gonna bring you guys along with that as soon as I get everything cleaned up in here. My goal at the beginning of this year was to have a lot less waste, especially with food. I felt like we were throwing away so much food, so the way I've been doing our meal planning has definitely decreased the amount of waste that we have, so I cannot wait to share that with you guys.
This moment to stop. Time to go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. As we're dancing close together, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's magic in your eyes, can't get enough. Feel your hands, the way you're touching me around my neck. Got chills down my back, you do it right. The way you're holding me, no, I don't want this moment to stop. No need to fight it, I cannot hide it. We won't regret it, so come with me, maybe we're meant to be. A perfect melody.
I am still exclusively pumping for Owen, so he has all of his bottles that still need to be washed, and really it doesn't take that long, so it doesn't bother me too much. Plus, I know how much I missed this after doing this with my daughter. They go from bottles, the sippy cups, to just drinking out of a glass normally way too quickly. So I am just trying to slow down and enjoy every single stage as much as I can, instead of wishing away certain things like washing bottles. I know I have a ton of new moms on my channel, so I just wanted to make a quick mention about bottles if you're looking into getting one. The Komotomo ones are fancy and everybody seems to have them, but personally I don't think they work very well. They tip over easily. It's hard to see exactly how much is in them. I personally love the Dr. Brown's ones, and these ones are just the classic style, and they help so much with gas. The Dr. Brown bottles have a couple small pieces that take a little bit of extra time to wash, but honestly I think it saves you more time in the long run, because you're either going to be calming a fussy baby because they have a ton of gas, or you're going to be washing these pieces. So I'm choosing to wash these pieces. So I'm just going to be wiping down these counters now, and then after I'm done finishing up the kitchen right here, we are going to be doing the meal plan. Cannot wait to share that with you guys. Coming up really soon.
Got to know that I ain't a person who understands all the clockwork of our romance. You make me feel so alive, always there in my mind. But I just don't know if I'll dance with the light
Now that the kitchen is all clean, I'm actually going to show you guys how I do my meal planning now. So we keep just a regular old binder with all of our recipes in it. And then in the little folder here on the side, I keep all our printouts for the meal planning. So the first thing I like to do is go into our refrigerator and see what is going bad soon. So I have these bell peppers in here. I also have this head of lettuce that I need to use. There is a thing of sausage and tortillas as well. So I'm gonna start by just writing all of those things down so that I can make sure I use each of these ingredients to plan my meals for the week. So with the sausage and bell peppers, I know I can make a vegetable sausage sheet pan meal. With the lettuce and the wraps, I know I can make chicken wraps, and then I can also use the wraps to make bean burritos. I know I had some pulled pork in the freezer, so that's an easy meal, so I'm just writing that down, as well as spaghetti and meatballs. And then for the brats, I can actually make a jambalaya out of that. So after I write each of the meals down, I work it into our schedule. And I write down what days my husband and I work first, and then I put the easiest meals on those days. So we have pizza on one day and pulled pork. This was actually our short work week. And then I work in all the rest of the meals, and I try not to put like the same meats together. So if we're having chicken twice, I try to put one at the beginning of the week and the other one at the end. And then I just write down my sides next to them so that I remember to order those items if we don't have them. So this printout actually has breakfast and lunch on there, but all I do is dinner, but I will link it below. So I'm in Owen's room. He is up. He's just hanging out in his crib. He actually just loves staring at his star wall. I think it's just like all that contrast on there. So while he's hanging out in there and he's happy, I'm gonna go through all of his drawers. He is growing so fast. Cecilia was also a super fast grower. Both my kids have been in the 99 percentile for length. So we have very tall kids. We actually have a 4-year-old nephew, and when Cecilia and him play together, Cecilia is like the same height as him. So everybody always thinks that she is older than she is, but she is only 2. She's not even quite 2.5 yet, but she is so smart. We are actually going to be homeschooling her. I was homeschooled, if you did not know that. My husband was also homeschooled. So we are planning on homeschooling both of our kids as well. So if she wasn't going to be homeschooled, she would definitely be the tallest kid in her class. So I cannot believe it is already time for me to take apart this cart. Owen is not using any of these clothes anymore. These are all his newborn pajamas and onesies. And then it also had his swaddles in there. He cannot fit in a swaddle at all anymore. So I took everything out so that I can use it for other things. And then you can hear him in the background of this. I'm not even going to cut that out because it was so cute. He is starting to talk so much more, and he does these little giggles now. It's so cute. He also has like this little dimple on his left cheek. Oh my goodness. So if you follow me on Instagram, you can see all the pictures and everything on him over there. So definitely go check that page out. I have it linked below for you guys. So I'm currently just working on taking out everything that he doesn't wear anymore. So all his newborn hats I took out. There were a couple of 0 to 3 month clothing that you will learn very soon, if you have not learned already, that baby clothing is not, the same size. It says it is, but it's not. It'll say 0 to 3, but it'll actually be like a 6-month-old's clothing sometimes. So you cannot always just look at the tag. But Owen is officially out of everything that says 0 to 3 month clothing. And it took me way longer to finally pull all these clothes out of these drawers because it makes me so sad that he will never wear any of these outfits again. I want him to stay like my little newborn forever. I do get excited, of course, that he is growing up, and with each stage there are so many exciting things. But I'm pulling out his next size up now. These are all Cecilia's hand-me-downs. So they're all outfits that could have gone like either way, like they could wear for a girl or a boy. When I was pregnant with Cecilia, I wanted to get all gender neutral clothing so that either if we had a boy or girl, they could both wear those clothes and I wouldn't have to get outfits for both. But there are so many cute girl outfits. So I ended up getting so many more girl outfits than gender neutral ones because of this. But it was so worth it, in my opinion. So you can see all of Owen's clothes on the ground that I pulled that no longer fit him. I'm actually just going to put them into a bag for now and then put them into Cecilia's closet with all her hand-me-downs as well. So I actually changed back into my loungewear because I thought I was done for the day, but Cecilia is still sleeping. It's 3 o'clock. So I'm going to take advantage of it and try and knock out our bedroom and maybe even this living room and vacuum. Let's see. It never takes long to put away the clothes that you've tossed somewhere in your room. I know we all have those, like we have a chair or just the end of the bed where we throw something that we have worn that is clean, like we only wore it for a little bit. But I've been trying to be better about if it only takes less than 5 minutes to just do something, just get it done. Like cleaning up my master bedroom here really did not take very long. And I felt so much better after it.
Why don't we just get a place together? Wake up at your place. Wake up at mine.
She is still sleeping. She's actually curled up in a little ball. So I'm going to try and tackle this mess here in our living room. I know this mess isn't nearly as bad as it could be, and sometimes it does get extremely bad. But if I just clean it up a little bit every single day, or just try to make sure it's clean at the end of the day, it makes the mess so much more manageable. So when I go to clean something, it's quick and easy instead of it being this huge, daunting task. Our house is definitely not always put together perfectly, but this definitely helps.
Too bad I hate advice. 'Cause out of sight and out of mind is perfect. It's so hard to decide. Oh, I know he got me good in his pocket. I know that I'm just a treat. Well, the taste is better. Oh, go on, chewing my bones, and when he's done, he's spitting me out. I just can't help myself. One for the pain, no hesitation. Took us we can, nothing can save us. Yeah, I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be.
If you guys have a dog that sheds, then you know how these hairballs like to form everywhere. So I'm finally cleaning those up, and I'm hoping, since we got that hair dryer that I showed you guys at the beginning of this video, that we won't be getting nearly as many of these. So I will definitely keep you guys updated. So you can see Cecilia is up. She is helping me vacuum at this point, and it doesn't take her long to move on to something else.
It's almost rather cruel. Oh, I know he got me good in his pocket. I know that I'm just a treat. Well, the taste is better. Oh, go on, chewing my bones, and when he's done, he's spitting me out. I just can't help myself. One for the pain, no hesitation. Took us
It hadn't been even a week since I've last vacuumed, but this whole container is mostly dog hair, and I'm hoping that this is going to go down a little bit.
I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be around you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope I left you with a ton of motivation. If I did, hit that thumbs up for me. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you right here next week in another Sundays at Shelby's.